If you have this invitation, you are cordially invited to the Hellfire Gala, being held on the mutant island nation of Krakoa. It is hosted by Emma Frost and will be a most exciting affair. Let me tell you more about it. Welcome back to Comic Power. I'm your host, Comic Killer 72. And welcome to a Comic Power special report where I explain what happened during the Hellfire Gala, the popular X-Men summer crossover. Please subscribe to this channel and also click on the notification bell as well. It will remind you when new videos come out. Alright, now let's get right into it. If you haven't been keeping up with the X-Men in the comic book format lately, let me explain some backstory to catch you up to speed. As I mentioned in previous videos, the theme of the X-Men is that of a discriminated minority that is persecuted for being different. In the case of the X-Men, they are the new phase in human evolution called Homo Superior, meaning they can do crazy things like walk through walls or shoot energy blasts from their eyes. So this has led to persecutions from humans who are afraid of mutants, and you got actions from people like Reverend William Stryker and the Purifiers trying to eliminate mutants, or Sentinels trying to control them or eliminate them too based on their programming. You even got mutant on mutant violence and a disagreement on how to respond to this persecution. Well, a new solution has been found in the founding of the island nation of Krakoa, a homeland for mutants where they can live in peace without the constant fear of being persecuted by humans. As I mentioned before, the story of the X-Men mirrors the real-life struggle of African Americans. I made a whole video about that. See the link in the description. And Krakoa reminds me of the West African nation of Liberia, which was founded as a homeland for African Americans who wanted to return to Africa. Their flag even resembles the American flag with just one star in it. It was created when James Monroe was president, so the capital is called Monrovia. The financial stability of the fictional country of Krakoa is based on new medicines they have developed that cure many diseases. However, the founding of this nation is very controversial, and they have not been accepted as a legitimate new nation by most other nations. So most of the funding for the country for the new medicines are sold on the black market. And one of those countries, which is the most hardcore and opposing the sovereignty of Krakoa, is Latveria, which is ruled by Victor Von Doom. So to combat this problem, the Hellfire Gala was established, which is invitation only for dignitaries of the mutant race and dignitaries of the human race. Here's Captain America showing up. Even Krakoa's enemies, such as Dr. Doom, have been invited to establish a diplomatic dialogue. So the Hellfire Gala is going to be one part fashion show, one part party, and one part head of state meeting, with its goal being the recognition of Krakoa through other nations that don't recognize it, as well as establishing treaties and facilitating trade, with the understanding that the mutant Krakoans do not want war. They're not trying to take over the world. They want to be a legitimate country that's recognized and has open and fair trade with other countries. The story of the gala is expertly told in a 12-issue crossover and all the X-Men universe titles, as well as Sword. And if this storyline doesn't win an Eisner, then they need to stop giving them out. Let me name all 12 issues in the crossover in the order you should be reading them. Starting with Marauders number 21, X-Force number 20, Hellions number 12, Excalibur number 21, X-Men number 21, Planet Size X-Men number 1, New Mutants number 19, X-Corps number 2, Wolverine number 13, Sword number 6, Way of X number 3, and X Factor number 10 concludes it. And Cable issue number 11 is highly recommended to put a cap on this. All these comics came out in June of 2021 and still should be available at your comic book store. After the events of the Hellfire Gala are over, they reboot the X-Men back to number 1 with a team consisting of these mutants. It was written by Jerry Duggan and came out on July 7th, 2021. So let me give you a little more information about the host of the gala, Emma Frost. She's a mutant telepath that's dressed as sexy as possible, and she made her first appearance in comics in X-Men number 129, along with the members of the Hellfire Club. That is a secret society of mutants that dress like it's the 18th century, and she's a member of the inner circle of this Hellfire Club. And it's led by a man named Sebastian Shaw. They made their first appearance outside of comics in the X-Men animated series from the 90s, where they just called them the Inner Circle because you can't say Hellfire on a Saturday morning cartoon. In live action, they made their first appearance in X-Men First Class, in which Sebastian Shaw was played by Kevin Bacon, and Emma Frost was played by January Jones. And the Hellfire Club played a key role going through the continuation of the Dark Phoenix storyline, which was epic. Emma Frost as the bombshell blonde is heavily influenced by the actress Marilyn Monroe. She's that iconic blonde beauty with the captivating, sexy figure and the regal high-class image that hobnobs with royalty. She takes sexuality and entertainment, instead of making it cheap, she rises it and makes it glamorous. So it's pretty obvious to me that Emma Frost is inspired by Marilyn Monroe. This character has really gained a lot of popularity that has been rising over the last 41 years, and she's now one of the most cosplayed characters in the X-Men universe and all of cosplay among female fans. And as I mentioned before, she's the host of this gala, which is a very high-class affair, and it's attended by the elite of mutants and non-mutant attendees. And they'll be wearing their best attire, in which you'll see some new designs from some classic characters. And some samples of the first reveals were in a scoop by Entertainment Weekly, which shows just how important and popular that the X-Men are, because they were reviewing this like they were real people. So I'm going to shut up for a moment and play some music and show you some of the best reveals from the gala. Hit it. So the question is, did the gala go down with no problems? Of course it didn't. It would be boring if that was the only story. Considering this storyline has already wrapped, the people that have already read it, I'm just telling you something that you already know. For the people who haven't read it, I would be spoiling it for you, so there's no reason for me to talk about exactly what happened. This is one of the most interesting X-Men stories I've read in a long time, and it's a very good jumping on point, starting with Marauders 21, for people who haven't read X-Men in a while and had no idea what's going on and need a good jumping on point. I like how they used Emma Frost and made her the focal point of this storyline, raising her profile and making her even more popular, because in the mainstream, she's still kind of like a mystery to most people. So absolutely pick up every issue of this crossover, starting with Marauders number 21 and ending with X Factor number 10. I think you're really going to enjoy it, and since I gave you all the background information on what's happening in the setup, it should make it even that much better. We are currently in the summer of X, in which every video that I make in the summer of 2021 is going to be X-Men universe related. The first one I made is a video called The X-Men Are So Black, about how mutantism can be viewed as a metaphor for the black experience in America and the discrimination that's been suffered. Also in the archives, I made a video called The X-Men Are So Gay, about how I think that the X-Men are an allegory for the LGBTQ experience in America as well. Look out for other videos in the future where I compare the X-Men to other persecuted minorities, such as Jews and immigrants. My most viewed video of all time is a fan casting video I made about who I think are the top 10 actresses that should be considered for Storm when they reboot the X-Men for the MCU. I also made a video that was extremely controversial, asking, is Bishop actually black? There's a lot of confusion about the ethnic background of this character. He's being claimed by African Americans, Filipinos, and Australians, and I set the record straight in this video. My next video will be another fan casting video about a fan favorite X-Men character. If you want to leave a guess on who you think it might be sure to speak up in the comment section. And see the links in the description for the previous videos that I just mentioned, which are provocative and controversial. You know the drill. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, give the thumbs up, and share these videos on social media so other people learn about the channel. And don't forget, I do sell comics at my eBay page listed here with a link in the description. One Stop Thrift and Comic Power are run by the same guy. That would be me, Comic Killer 72. I have 100% feedback, by the way. And once again, thank you to my subscribers and viewers who support Comic Power. Until next time, this is Comic Killer 72 for Comic Power saying bye-bye.